Jay and Pamela star Pamela breaks down crying as father skips her wedding, fans heartbroken. Pamela Chavez of Jay and Pamela cried her heart out after her dad didn't attend her wedding, making fans even sadder for her. She wished to see her parents come to her special date to bless her and Jay. All she wanted was to live with the man of her dreams forever. Pamela's life was no different from Jay's, because they had the same bone disease that caused them to break their ribs. Although they suffered many times, they didn't lose hope for living. They survived all the battles to thrive personally and professionally. With the ending of season 1, fans asked more about the couple's love story and endless jokes. Why was Pamela's father not present at his daughter's wedding? There are too many adorable moments in Jay and Pamela that viewers never want to miss. Through various clips, they see how happy the couple is. Their broad smiles say it all. So, the wedding day brings them closer as they catch their first glimpse of one another an hour before the nuptials. Jay couldn't resist sneaking into Pamela's bridal suite, so she breathed heavily to look at him. When the reality stars walked down the aisle, they finally smiled at each other. When Jay started to read his vows, Pamela got emotional and said magical love words to him. They couldn't get enough of each other, which was visible from their expressions. Jay even had tears as he couldn't believe the day was here. TLC posted a clip from Jay and Pamela on Instagram showing Pamela Chavez's meltdown while sitting with Jay. In the confessional, she shared that she didn't tell him until the next morning that her dad had given her a missed call. As she went into her bridal room to change into her Mexican outfit, the call left her speechless. Pamela felt happy and sad as she was out for the wedding ceremony. She calmed herself by thinking her father was present right there, seeing her getting married. The TLC star said that it's good to know that he at least thought about her during that time. She expected her parents to show up with her brother. Even though Pamela's brother stepped up for his sister, their parents didn't fulfill their daughter's biggest dream. She invited them wholeheartedly, only to leave her with disappointment. Her brother didn't have a clear answer when she asked him if her parents would even come. She was eager to introduce Jay to them. Many fans commented on the post and shared the same grief as Pamela. They could understand the pain she was in throughout the wedding day. Also, she still bore that pain after that. It became a lasting memory for her to carry for the rest of her life. Some viewers told Pamela that they cried too, with her during the episode. Jay and Pamela. Jay talks about Pamela's competitive nature before their wedding. As their wedding day draws near, Jay and Pamela find themselves at the center of conversations, laughter, and excitement. But for Jay, there's something uniquely captivating about his fiancée that he can't stop talking about: her competitive nature. It's a quality that has shaped their relationship, challenged his patience, and ultimately deepened his admiration for her. When people think about competitive personalities, they often imagine someone obsessed with winning, someone intense and hard to please. But for Jay, Pamela's competitive streak is a magnetic force, sometimes exhausting, often amusing, and always inspiring. It's something he's grown to love more than he ever thought possible. Jay recalls the first time he saw that side of her. It was game night, he laughs. Just a simple board game. I thought we were having a casual evening with friends, but Pamela treated it like it was the Olympics. He shakes his head at the memory, eyes filled with affection. She was relentless, not in a mean way, but she just had to win. That night, Pamela challenged everyone's knowledge, tactics, and luck. She brought out a notepad to calculate probabilities, called out missed rules, and even paused the game to Google an obscure rule clarification. It wasn't annoying, Jay clarifies quickly. It was intense and impressive. But her competitiveness doesn't end at board games. Jay recounts how even their hikes turned into races. We'd go for a morning trail, and she'd suddenly be 5 steps ahead. I'd try to catch up, and she'd just grin over her shoulder and speed up. At one point, I had to ask if we were trying to enjoy nature or set a new personal record. Her determination shows up in every facet of life, work, fitness, planning, even cooking. She once told me she wanted to beat a cooking blog's recipe timing just to see if she could do it faster. And she did. The meal was fantastic, and I swear, she looked more proud of her speed than the taste. Despite the challenges her personality can sometimes present, Jay admires it deeply. It's not just about winning for her, he explains. It's about being her best. She has this fire inside her that pushes everyone around her to be better too. She's the kind of person who, once she sets her mind to something, won't stop until she gets it. This drive was one of the first things Jay fell in love with. I realized early on that Pamela wasn't the kind of person who would settle for mediocrity, not in herself, and not in her partner. That scared me at first. I wondered if I could keep up. But what I learned is that she's not competing against me. She's competing with me. She wants us to win together. Their relationship has, at times, required compromise and communication. Jay admits there were moments he felt overwhelmed. I'm not naturally competitive. I take things slow. I let things go. So sometimes, I'd just want to relax, and she'd be out there trying to beat her own record for organizing the closet. He laughs, remembering how she turned wedding planning into what she jokingly called a strategic operation. She had spreadsheets, color codes, backup plans for backup plans. I'd suggest something like a rustic theme, and she'd have 10 reasons why it wouldn't rank high enough on a guest satisfaction scale. Yet Jay doesn't feel pushed out of the process. She never steamrolls. She just comes prepared. She expects the same of me, and I've grown from that. I've learned to show up, to be more engaged, to meet her at that level. Their shared values have become the foundation of their partnership: trust, honesty, mutual growth, and laughter. The truth is, Pamela's competitive nature brings out the best in both of us. I've stepped up in ways I never thought I would. She inspires me to take ownership, to lead, to try harder. Still, Jay admits he's had to gently remind Pamela at times to embrace imperfection. There have been moments when a game went wrong, or a plan hit a snag, and she'd get so frustrated. I've had to be the voice saying, "It's okay if it's not perfect. It's okay to lose sometimes." And she listens. She might pout for a bit, but she listens. Jay believes that part of Pamela's strength lies in her willingness to grow. She's incredibly self-aware. She knows when she's going too far, and she'll apologize. She'll reflect. She wants to be the best version of herself, not just for her, but for me, for us. Their love is a dance between fire and calm, between drive and ease. Jay finds joy in being her anchor, just as she propels him forward. Some people might say opposites attract, but we're not really opposites. We're complementary. I bring balance to her intensity, and she brings momentum to my steadiness. As their wedding approaches, the excitement is palpable. We've made a pact, Jay says with a grin. No competition on the wedding day. No best dress, best speech, best dance. Just love. Still, he can't help but suspect that Pamela is secretly rehearsing their first dance steps, like it's a televised competition. And you know what? He says with a laugh. I love that about her. I wouldn't want it any other way. Jay's voice grows softer as he reflects on what lies ahead. Marriage is going to be full of challenges, but I'm not worried, because I know Pamela will show up for it the way she shows up for everything, with fire, with heart, and with everything she's got. He pauses before adding, and I'll be right there beside her, cheering her on, every step of the way. Their story is one of admiration, growth, and deep mutual respect. Jay may not match Pamela's pace in every race, but he matches her stride in love, commitment, and the shared journey they've chosen to embark on. As they prepare to say, I do, one thing is clear: their love isn't about finishing first, it's about finishing together. Pamela's competitive nature, which once seemed like a quirky trait, has become a symbol of her dedication. She's not just competitive for the sake of winning, Jay says. She's competitive because she cares. Whether it's a game, a plan, or our relationship, she wants to do it right. She wants it to matter. And it does. It matters deeply. Their families and friends have witnessed the dynamic between them and often joke about Pamela's Type A energy, but they also see how much she loves. Jay says, how much she gives. Her energy is never about ego, it's about excellence and love. Jay smiles as he recalls how Pamela once planned a surprise birthday weekend for him, orchestrated down to the minute. She even had backup weather plans. He chuckles. But what struck me was how much effort she put into making me feel loved. That's her love language: effort, detail, passion. Now, as they step into a new chapter of life, Jay knows the journey will be full of ups and downs. But with Pamela at his side, he feels equipped for anything. She'll push us to grow, to dream bigger, to aim higher. And I'll be there to remind us to breathe, to savor, to rest. It's a good balance. As the wedding invitations go out and the countdown begins, Jay takes a quiet moment to reflect on all the days that led them here. All the game nights, the hikes, the debates, the challenges, the laughter, the long talks, and quiet mornings. And most of all, the love. Jay and Pamela's story isn't about perfection. It's about intention. About showing up fully, fiercely, and fearlessly. And if Pamela brings her usual spirit of competition to their marriage, Jay's already declared himself the winner. Because I get to marry her, he says. And that's the biggest win of all.